Alicia, how you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Have a seat.
Thank you.
I'm Miss Turner,
Hey, Miss Turner.
and I'd just like to welcome you to You Have a Choice. I see that your father made this appointment for you, but before we get started, I'd just like to know what's going on with you.
Well, like you said, my dad, he sent me here, and it was pretty much just, he thinks I have a problem because, pretty much the crowd I hang around and my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened recently with us, well, we got into a fight, and he threatened, I keep a lock on my door. And so he feels like, I'm at the age where, of course, I need my privacy, but he feels like he likes to investigate. I feel like it's an evasion of my privacy. So one day I was gone with my friends, and he just came in my room and took my, busted the door down pretty much, broke the lock, and went through papers, and he found some pills that weren't prescribed to me. They were some friends.
I see.
And so he just pretty much wants to send me here. But like I told him, the reason I had the pills was, my back and stuff like that hurts, and I have uncontrollable cramps. And she just gave them to me, and it wasn't nothing like, I don't feel like I have an addiction or anything like that.
Okay, well, I understand that, but why do you feel like you have to have your room locked?
I mean, I just feel like I have to have my room locked because, I stay with my dad. It's not like he's my mom, so, I just feel like I like that privacy. I don't want him in my room just anytime. If he knocks, I'll open the door when I feel the need.
Well, I heard you mention about your friends that you were running with. Is he not pleased with the people you run with?
Well, no, because one of my friends, she just, not too long ago, he had to let her mom borrow some money to bail her out.
Of jail?
Yeah, to bail her out of jail because she had caught her. She's had a few charges, but it was like marijuana, possession with marijuana, and I think like intent to distribute. And so he kind of feels like we formed an alliance, and I don't know.
And what do you think?
I think everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, if we smoke weed, it's not really that, to me, it's not a big issue as long as we can function. And
you say it's not a big issue, but you can go to jail.
Yeah, but we're not doing anything, like we're not doing any criminal behavior. We're not going around.
It's illegal
when we
to
smoke
smoke
together
weed.
or...
It is illegal, to smoke weed.
Yeah, I understand it's illegal, but it's not like we do it every day. It's just occasionally.
So you don't feel like you have a reason to be here?
No, I don't feel like I have an addiction. No, I feel like I can stop, or,
You can stop anytime.
Mm-hmm.
But what about your friends hanging around them, the bad influence? To me it seems like you're in denial. Your peers have influenced you, and you want to do the hanging out all night, which leads, one thing leads to another, and eventually you're going to get caught. Eventually you might become addicted, and your father loves you. I could tell by that on the telephone, and he just wants the best for you. And we want the best for you here also. I'm glad you came.
Mm-hmm.
That shows an effort on your part.
Yeah, but he needs to understand that, I understand I'm his child, but I'm 19 years old now. I'm not a kid. I feel like I could make responsible choices. So he doesn't need to monitor my friends or, rampage my room and go through my belongings. Like, I feel like that's just...
And you feel like responsible choices are smoking weed and hanging out?
I can understand if I was smoking weed and, we would go vandalize somebody's car or, get into fights. But we're all confined in one area. We're in her room. We're in a safe place. We're not going out driving.
How is it safe? You say safe. How is it safe?
It's safe because, we're not around... I'm not going to say criminals because they know they're kind of different, saying that she's not. But, we're around people that we feel like we're not going to harm each other. We're not in harm's way.
You say you feel like it, but deep down inside you don't know. You feel like you're in a safe place. Well, I would just like for you to think about what you've said to me, and think about your action, because what I see is like, you're just blowing it off like it's no big deal. But it is, like I say, eventually things get turned all around. One drug leads to another, and you can't be safe for sure that I'm not going to go to another drug. I'm not, because you're with your friends. hanging around peers has a lot of influence. And we have a class here that helps you with that, you know, and I would like for you to think about, you know, coming to it, to face, you know, because I see that you're in denial a little bit.
Well,
as
yeah, that's the
far
same
as-
thing my dad said. So
Mhm.
that's why I told him I'll come here, you know, to satisfy him. As long as he gives me my space, I'll do whatever he feels necessary. But I don't feel like it's a denial issue.
I hear you
Because-
saying satisfy him. What about yourself?
I'm satisfied with myself. I don't
You
feel
satisfied with your life the way it is?
Like, you know, I don't have a record. I haven't gotten into any criminal, you know, activity. Never got into trouble. So I don't understand why he's, you know, so heavy on my back. Like, yeah, okay, one of my friends went to jail. That's not me. That's her. You know?
But you hang with her. Another friend might go to jail, and another, you might be with her one time and don't know she has something, and you both go. And you can't just say, well, I was just with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so what do you think about coming to one of our classes?
Well, what kind of classes do y'all have?
Especially for young people like yourself to discuss the peer pressures, you know, discuss marijuana, the effects and the causes, and also denial, you know. And to just really look into deep inside of you, you know, to bring some things. You might be, you know, holding some things back.
Okay. Could I bring any of my friends to these classes?
Sure, you know, just let me know ahead of time, give me their name, and, but we don't...
Are they going to be, I mean, is this like a class or is this treatment because, you know?
No, this is going to be a class. You're
Okay.
not being admitted. Your father wanted you to come and, you know, talk to someone.
Okay.
And right now that's what we're going to do. We're just going to talk. And, you know, I'm going to give you some suggestions and maybe have you write a couple of papers on your feelings and stuff and share those with your father. You know? And you and him get a better understanding. And
Well,
maybe
see, that's
later
what-
on we can have him here, you know, and you talk to him one-on-one and express your feeling.
Yeah, but he just thinks he's right about everything, so that's going to be... I like your idea about writing it down instead of verbally telling him, because I verbalize it to him, it's just, he's right and I'm wrong regardless.
Well, will you at least try it?
Yeah, I'll try it.
All right. Well, I'm going to make an appointment for you to come back, you
Okay.
know, and let's do you first.
Okay.
And then, you know, you talk to your friends, let your friends know, you know, and say, well, hey, you know, it might be a little bit wrong, you know, and I'm just going to a class right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming.
I enjoyed it.